I don't. What do you think about the way that this? There's no answer here, but what do you think about the idea that everybody should learn to code, which some people proffer as a sort of potential antidote to this, the ignorance and the ability to manipulate that technologically savvy circles have over ordinary citizens might be somewhat combated if ordinary citizens could themselves understand the tools and learn to code, et cetera?
I mean, I recoil in horror from it in the sense that I don't believe that we need to be a society of engineers. I don't think that when the automobile was invented, we all had to know how to build cars. Now, again, there are certain kinds of expertise that are uncontroversial, and et cetera, et cetera. I think that, moreover, I worry about the extent to which the discourse about the technology is pushing out of the American mind thoughts and work about other realms of life. I have to confess, I know this is heretical, but I never found the question of how to get a taxi all that fascinating. I never did.
Don't you like Uber?
No, but I didn't find it fascinating before Uber.
But it's not about being fascinating. It's about being made more convenient.
Wait, that's the point. That's exactly the point. So when it comes to something like Uber, for me, what Uber broaches is the discussion we have to have about the primacy of place that the value of convenience should have in our society.
What does that mean?
I'll tell you exactly what it means. I regard myself as having been complicit in the destruction of my local bookstore and my local record store because I kept resorting to Amazon for the simple reason of convenience, which is to say I became one of those people who forgot the art of waiting, for whom waiting was becoming an obsolete and illegitimate mode of being. And I look back, and I wrote about that, and I actually feel terrible about that because if I would have much rather have received all those books and CDs from Amazon 4 or 5 days later and still have my record store to browse on in DuPont Circle. And so I think that with Uber, the interesting thing to me is how important is convenience? Why is convenience as important as people think it is? What is the matter with time? Why are we assaulting time? Why should everything be, why is the acceleration of things ipso facto a positive development? What are the realms in which acceleration is a positive development? What are the realms in which, in fact, it is in which it's a disaster?
Yeah.
And these are the kinds of questions I think we have to ask. The generation of wealth by Uber, the fanciness of the all this is really cool and sexy for people who are interested in it. What interests me are the kind of value questions that the immediate adoption by the masses of some of these conveniences raise.